Coming up on Mountain News this morning, when it comes to traveling, a hotel reservation isn't always a guarantee. And back to school season means more traffic on Kentucky roadways and more school buses making stops.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Amelia Lee here on this Monday, August 25th at 6:30 this morning. And Megan, it feels a little bit cooler, which I know is bringing the two of us some joy, and you may feel like that too.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the cooler weather. And as you're heading out this morning, it's much cooler than we have seen across the mountains. The 50s are taking a stab at your morning weather. 59 in Whitesburg, 54 in Boonville and Williamsburg, 55 in London, and we're just going to continue at these cooler temperatures into the afternoon, mid to upper 70s, a fall-like feel to the day, and we're going to stick with the 70s over the next extended period of time, even into this time next week. And as we're looking at the live pinpoint Doppler radar, nice and clear this morning, and we will stay clear from the rain chances all throughout your Monday long. Only thing to note, a little bit of fog as you travel towards portions of McCreary, Whitley, and Campbell County, as well as Harlan and Leslie County. Amelia.
4 people were taken to the hospital after a crash in Lawrence County Friday afternoon. According to KSP, the crash happened just after 11 and involved 3 vehicles, which included a KSP trooper. The trooper and 2 others were taken to the hospital for evaluation. No information is being released on their conditions yet, and those northbound lanes of US 23 were shut down at that time. One of the 3 men convicted in the disappearance and presumed murder of Crystal Rogers has been transferred to a different jail. Stephen Lawson was moved from the Nelson County Jail to the LaRue County Jail due to an overflow of inmates in the facility's maximum security area. The Nelson County jailer says Lawson will stay in LaRue County until he's assigned to a prison to begin his sentence. Lawson was found guilty of conspiracy to murder and tampering with physical evidence. He was sentenced to 17 years in prison. A shooting in Pike County put 1 man behind bars after troopers with KSP say he put more than 70 people in danger Wednesday night. WYMT's Buddy Forbes shares the details from Shelby Valley High School.
Preparing for the Friday night lights ended in fright for students at Shelby Valley High School.
We was on the practice field and we was just practicing, and then we heard the shots.
When 7 gunshots rang out Wednesday afternoon next to the school's athletic complex, where football players and cheerleaders were on the field.
We just started yelling at the kids to go inside. The coaching staff did a great job. As soon as I started yelling to get the kids inside, the kids took off sprinting. Our cheerleaders were also down there, so we got them off the field, and we got everybody locked in, I would say less than 30 seconds.
After securing the students inside and calling 911, the coaching staff and school administrators began surveying the situation, checking with the apartment complex next door, from which witnesses say the shots were fired.
So I was afraid that they had went out in that grass and was maybe hiding out or something, and I need, I've got 70 kids in a complex I'm responsible for.
Kentucky State Police soon responded, clearing the scene and arresting 58-year-old Brian Irick, who told Trooper Nicholas Taylor he was firing his gun, but toward the grass, not aiming at the students. But Taylor says he admitted to knowing the students were on the field practicing.
Even if it wasn't aimed directly at the level of one of our students, but what if it ricocheted off a rock or the scoreboard or anything, it could have ended tragically. Thankfully it didn't. But
administrators say the staff acted quickly and correctly, putting into action the trainings they have gone through.
So I was really impressed and proud of them for doing that and taking, such a bad situation and really, bringing those kids together real fast and getting them into safety to make sure everything's okay.
Students say through the chaos, they felt safe once they were locked inside the complex, knowing they were in good hands.
And everybody's really thought about what could have happened, but it didn't, so we're all very blessed that it didn't happen.
Though no one was harmed in the shooting incident, those involved say it was an eye-opening situation.
It's just something everybody needs to be more aware of, because never in a million years would I thought I would be dealing with this at a football practice. So
in Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Now the school has increased its safety protocols moving forward. One woman was arrested after reportedly walking on Hal Rogers Parkway intoxicated Thursday morning. Officials say when they found 53-year-old Samantha Elza, she was slurring her words and walking unsteadily. She was also said people were following her. Elza reportedly screamed and cursed at officers after being arrested, and she even told officials that she'd taken meth earlier in the day. Elza faces a slew of charges, including resisting arrest. An East Bernstadt woman was arrested Thursday afternoon. This incident happened off River Hill Church Road, which is just about 15 miles north of London. 20-year-old Kristen Gill was charged on a Laurel County District Court bench warrant in regard to possession of a controlled substance. Gill was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Franklin County father accused of killing his two sons made another appearance in court on Friday. In 2 minutes, Dustin Fields was in and out of the courtroom. This follows a discovery from investigations that started on April 30th, the day police believed that Dustin Fields intentionally set this home on fire on Flat Creek Road with his two sons inside.
If you were to print all this out, it would be several hundred pages of discovery that's being provided. So we're quite a ways away from being ready to try this case.
He's now facing charges of capital murder, first-degree arson, and 2 counts of torture of a dog in this case. Fields also faces 5 counts of first-degree sexual abuse. Police say he repeatedly abused a child younger than 12 between 2007 and 2009. He pleaded not guilty in that case, which is unrelated to his current one. As fall and holiday travel pick up, AAA Bluegrass is reminding flyers that when you book matters just as much as how you book. Experts say last-minute reservations can cost hundreds of dollars more, while booking too early generally only adds a small amount to the price. Research shows domestic travelers get the best rates 2 to 3 weeks out, and international trips are cheapest when booked about 6 months ahead. Even the day of the week can make a difference.
For domestic, usually booking 2 to 3 weeks out from your expected trip gives you the best rate. And if possible, Tuesdays, booking on a Tuesday tends to give you the best rate for whatever reason.
AAA also says to compare airport options, watch for extra fees, and consider airline credit cards or loyalty programs to save some money. And when it comes to traveling, a hotel reservation isn't always a guarantee. AAA Bluegrass says hotels routinely overbook rooms to offset last-minute cancellations, just like airlines. And even with a confirmed reservation, guests can sometimes arrive to find there's no room available. Loyalty status, check-in time, and how you book all factor into whether you're kept or turned away.
The simple reason that hotels do that, just like airlines, they're trying to be sure that they are as profitable as possible, and they know that not every guest actually shows up. So between those late cancellation, people that just simply don't show up at all, those sorts of things, the hotel ends up with a different occupancy than expected.
Now, AAA recommends booking directly with the hotel or through a trusted travel advisor and checking in early to avoid getting bumped. The U.S. State Department says it's continuously vetting all 55 million visa holders in the country. An official says they'll revoke the visas of people who overstay, commit crimes, are a threat to public safety, or engage in terrorism. The department revoked more than 6,000 student visas this year. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman just appointed members to the first ever Child Support Advisory Council. The council is made up of county attorneys from throughout the state, and they'll be tasked with helping Coleman's office to make the Department of Child Support Services more efficient. That came after an executive order from Coleman in 2023.
Today I am proud to announce Kentucky's first ever Child Support Advisory Council. Now, as you know, the Kentucky General Assembly gave the office to the Attorney General before I served in the office of the Attorney General, gave the office a no-fail mission.
Coleman also took a moment of silence at the announcement to honor a fallen police officer. Police at the University of Kentucky say they're upgrading security throughout campus for this new semester. Officers say they're installing more security cameras and lighting in several areas. The campus police department is also introducing a new safety app for students, which will alert them to any major developments happening at school. Well, back to school season means more traffic on Kentucky roadways and more school buses making stops. With nearly 900 crashes involving school buses last year alone, resulting in more than 200 injuries and 3 deaths, officials with AAA Bluegrass say motorists need to pay close attention to flashing lights and extended stop arms. And remember that children often walk near school zones and neighborhoods during pickup and drop-off times.
Not stopping for a school bus with the flashers and the stop arm extended can actually result in a hefty fine. Even for a first offense, it can be as much up to $200 and to 60 days in jail. And then that just goes upward from there.
AAA also urges drivers to slow down, put phones away, and avoid traveling during peak school traffic times if possible. And a Pulaski County plant is closing, leaving more than 100 people without jobs. In a statement, the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act stated that the AHF Somerset plant off 360 Industry Road will be closing. They say the affected employees were told Friday. The plant will cease operation December 12th of this year. They say the decision was not easy and follows multiple years of internal review and evaluation.
We are nice and clear this morning. No chances of rain as you're starting off your Monday. That will continue throughout the day and throughout the week. A nice dry slot is setting in for us for this work week. Now, in terms of temperatures, we're going to see a nice cool down as temperatures are in the 50s this morning. You'll notice even cooler temperatures out to the west of us that will continue to settle into eastern Kentucky over the next couple days, making our temperatures cooler and cooler as we're going throughout the week. Now, forecast highs this afternoon will be in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, we're looking at the low to mid 70s. But here's what you need to know as you're heading out the door for your Monday off to school. Well, temperatures will be in the upper 50s and low 60s with partly cloudy skies. And then we're looking at sunshine as we're heading into the afternoon. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy with temperatures in the mid 70s. Amelia.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on Mountain News this morning at 6:41. A group of dedicated volunteers is working on solving 2 problems at once: hunger in America and food waste. We've got the details.
Travel